Broadcasting from RTN 16 Studios, welcome to Spotlight on Rowlett. I'm Tammy Dana-Bashian, Mayor of Rowlett.
And I'm Brian Funderburk, City Manager.
As you know, we took last month off from the show to focus on the State of the City video presentation. If you haven't seen the video, I encourage our viewers to watch the video on the city's YouTube page. It's a 20-minute video that touches on our community's growth, development, and accomplishments. It's highly informative and worth the time.
I agree, Mayor. And another great source of information is the video from our recent town hall meeting that was held on January 28th. Council and city staff answered questions by citizens from a wide range of topics. What a great night at the community center. Both the State of the City and the town hall meeting are now available to watch on the city's YouTube page.
Let's start this month's show by showcasing a very talented person in our community, Derrick Culpepper. Here's this month's Spotlight story. I am so excited to have our Spotlight guest, Derrick Culpepper, with me today in studio. You know, Derrick, you have been such a staple in our community and have been here for not that long a period of time, making a huge difference in the lives of so many. And I'm so happy you're here with us to share your story with our community.
Well, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
So I guess let's start off tell us who you are and where you're from.
Okay, yes, my name is Derrick Culpepper, and I'm originally from Longview, Texas. It's my hometown. I'm a Longview Lobo, with the L, and graduated class of '95, and went off to college at East Central University in Oklahoma. Met my lovely wife, Lakeisha Culpepper.
Who's another staple in our community.
And we moved to the Dallas area in 2002. And we both were educators when we graduated college in the Garland ISD school district. And then lived in Garland up until 2015. And then we decided it was time for us to navigate to the awesome community of Rowlett, Texas.
So you found your home.
Found home.
And we're so glad you're here.
And we're so thankful to be here, and we're really, really excited about our community.
Something happened about 3 years ago that kind of started you on a little bit different path.
Yes.
It was pretty exciting.
3 years ago, approximately 3 years ago, I was making a video of combing my daughter's hair. My wife Lakeisha was gone on a principal's trip that she had to go on, and so therefore responsibilities that she would normally do fell on me to do. And so usually when we go out of town, we always text and call each other, you know, send pictures of the kids, you know, and I was letting her know, I got this, right? I got this down, and I wanted to show her a video of me combing Linda's hair to let her know what it looked like when she went to school. Because, you know, all moms are concerned, oh my God, if dad's done it, you know, what does it look like? And so the video was 87 seconds long, and at the time it was too large to send via text message. So I had to upload it to Facebook's platform in order for me to take the link and to send it to her and so forth. And the video was out there for her to see it, and it stayed dormant for, I mean, it was a few views for about 10 months. And then after about 10 months, you know, at this point it's gone to over 300 million people that have watched this video of the conversation between me and our youngest daughter, Linda, and me combing her hair. And it has actually paved the way for all over the world, and now you're seeing more dad and daughter videos, I think, as one of the videos that sparked the daddy and daughters doing hair.
So what do you think that video is displaying? What do you think, what story is that video telling?
I think the story that the video is telling is that it's okay for dads to do their daughter's hair. It's okay for dads to get involved with that type of activity, because normally you may see a man as being masculine, doing what they would consider masculine things, but not daughter's hair, man. Cutting the son's hair outside, building, doing this and that. But when you see a dad doing a daughter's hair, it's more than about the hair. It's about the conversation. It's about the emotion that's involved in it. It's about the bonding time that's involved. And that's why I believe the video went viral. It wasn't necessarily that the style I was doing was anything spectacular, because it was just two ponytails, but it was the conversation that Linda and I were having that melted hearts everywhere. 87-second video, 300 million people, messages, I'm reading messages and getting DMs from dads that are telling me that they're crying and that as a result of the video, they're going to make some changes with their relationships with their children and especially our daughters. And it's very humbling to have a positive impact on society in such a manner, which is why I really enjoy sharing bonding and family moments with my family via video all over the world. And so I'm humbled and thankful to make a positive difference.
So you have, how many daughters do you have?
Okay, so Keisha and I have 3 children total. Well, our oldest son, DJ, he's 18, he's graduating. He just signed a scholarship to go to a school in Kansas. And then we have Christine and Linda. Christine is 15, and then Linda is now 7, and she'll be 8 March.
So what did she think about all this notoriety in this video?
You know, she's humbled as well, because when we talk about the videos and we talk about people that enjoy it and all of the views, I express it in a way of this is our service. We're humbled by it, and we're making a positive difference. So to her, it's awesome, especially when people walk up to us that we don't know and say, hey, we saw your videos. And I always remind Linda that we are making a difference in our home. We're making a difference in our school system. We're making a difference in our community, in our church, and therefore making a difference in our city and then in society. Let her know that it is a ripple effect, but it starts at home.
So how do people see what you're doing?
Okay, so there are, you know, that's a good question. We create family content, and we do all kind of videos, Amazon driver videos. I mean, anything we can think of, we really strive to create. And so people can find us. My wife and I do a show called Ask the Culpeppers, and that's on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. And it's just like it says, Ask the Culpeppers. Okay. Then we do, I do Active Dads Rule, where I upload content to inspire dads. And that's just,
you find that under Active Dads Rule?
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, because all of our social media sites are under those 4 major platforms, which would be Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. So Active Dads Rule, which I intentionally inspire dads to spend positive, productive time with their children, especially our daughters. Really, really simple. It's nothing outlandish or detailed. That's all it is. And then also we do Linda Lou Likes. Linda now has her own channel where she unboxes toys, and we just film her playing with toys because she'll get the going on those toys. So that's Linda Lou Likes.
On a serious note, we had a loss recently, Kobe Bryant. And, I know that he had a lot of involvement in his girls' lives. Mm-hmm. And I know that impacted you pretty significantly. Anything you want to share with us on that?
To see how he spent time with his daughters and his family. That's what grabbed me the most, to see the pictures of him and his daughter, because I similarly take pictures and spend time with my daughters like that. And I just can't imagine what the family and the others are going through, with that. But it was a wake-up call to me, because I spent a lot of time with my family, Mayor Tammy, and sometimes I don't get complacent and say that I'm spending enough. I always stay hungry to find out ways to connect with my children. Even though we do spend a lot of time together, I really involve them in whatever projects I have. I try to involve them in. But that was a wake-up call to me that,
even double down on what you're doing.
Double down.
All right, on a positive note.
Right.
Something recently happened in California, and you can't share all the details, but can you give us a little bit of a tease here?
So we had an opportunity to be on a show because we inspired a book called Her Love, written by Matthew Cherry, and he's also a director. He did a short film that's been nominated for an Oscar. Got a chance to meet him and Karen and Monica, which is the team that got together to do it. And we were all on a show together. And people can follow me on social media.
They'll
and
find
I can
out.
tell them later they'll see all the information on which show I was on.
So announcement to come.
Announcement to come, yes.
And we hope that you don't get too big or famous and leave our great town. But even if you do, you will always have Rowlett
Yeah.
and the best interests of your community in heart. And we're so thankful that you are part of our community and that you and your family continue to serve. Thank you, Derrick.
You're welcome.
We wish you nothing but success.
Thank you. I appreciate the time so much. Thank you.
The 2020 census is an opportunity for Rowlett to shape the future of healthcare, construction, infrastructure, housing, education, and so much more. Texas has experienced rapid growth since the last census in 2010. If our communities are fully counted in the 2020 census, experts believe Texas could gain up to 3 additional seats in Congress. It would also bring in funding for population-based federal programs that our community needs. An undercount of Texas's population by even 1% could result in a $300 million loss per year over the next decade in federal funding. To promote awareness of the 2020 census, we have created the Complete Count Committee. This committee is developing key strategies to ensure an accurate census count in Rowlett and will work with local organizations to spread the word. Wondering how you can help? You can attend the Complete Count Committee meetings. Learn about the meetings on Rowlett.com, and make sure to talk to your friends and neighbors and co-workers. Here's a timeline for the 2020 census. In mid-March, homes across the country will begin receiving invitations to complete the 2020 census. Once the invitation arrives, you should respond for your home in one of 3 ways: online, by phone, or by mail. On April 1, Census Day is observed nationwide and is a key reference date. When completing the census, you will include everyone living in your home on April 1, 2020. From May to July, census takers will begin visiting homes that haven't responded to the 2020 census to help make sure everyone is counted. Finally, in December, the Census Bureau will deliver apportionment counts to the President and Congress as required by law. For more information about the census and how you can get involved, you can visit 2020census.gov or the city's website for local activities. Mayor, this is a pretty important endeavor. We do it every 10 years in this country, and as we indicated earlier, a significant undercount can have huge repercussions in our state.
You know, and there's been so much growth in our state, in North Texas, and even in the city of Rowlett. And it's really, really important that we are included, that we include every single resident in that count. So we're doing everything in our power to get the word out. And we really hope our residents will participate. You know, that information is confidential. It can't be shared. It can't be held against anybody that responds. So we're trying very hard to get that word out.
How will 2020 census data be used? Where there are more people, there are more needs for public services. That's why the census is used by the government to inform funding decisions each year. But that's not all. It's also used by nonprofits to inform services, by businesses to create jobs, and even by students for school projects. Understanding how the population changes helps us shape communities across the country for the better. Shape your future. Start here. Visit 2020census.gov.
Are you interested in becoming a Rowlett Councilmember? The election for City Council will be held on Saturday, May 2nd, 2020. City Council positions on the ballot include Councilmember Place 1, Place 3, and Place 5. Are you curious about qualifications and how the process works? The City Secretary's Office has composed a guide providing information needed in order to file as a City Council candidate. The office is located at Rowlett City Hall at 4000 Main Street. The end date for filing is Friday, February 14th at 5 p.m. After the City Secretary has received all valid applications, there'll be a drawing for ballot positions on February 19th. Early voting dates and times have not been finalized, but generally take place the 2 weeks prior to Election Day. All early voting will be held at the Annex Conference Room located at 4004 Main Street for all Rowlett registered voters, both Dallas County and Rockwall County. Election Day voting will be precinct specific. And don't forget to make sure you're ready to vote. You must register to vote or make any changes of address by April 2nd to vote in the May 2nd election. For more information about the election and becoming a candidate, visit the election page on the city's website. So, Brian, we do these elections every 2 out of 3 years.
Yes.
And this is for 3 positions on the ballot. You know, we have a very involved council. It's very important that our council is active and representative of our electorate. So we really want people to get involved in this voting process and the whole election process.
We do, Mayor, and typically in a May election like that, it may not get as much attention as a November election, but can be every bit as important. So I really hope we get a great turnout, and we'd like to see that this year.
Thank you. Pay attention to those dates.
Funded through the 2015 bond election, Rowlett's new public safety training tower will provide hands-on training for our public safety personnel. As you can see, the training tower is made up from storage containers, which provides the ability to stand up to repeated training exercises with live flames. Using shipping containers is not only cost-effective, it also allows for the room to scale up or change the layout of the tower. The public safety training tower is located at Schrady Road, just west of Dowell Rock Road, and is also the future site of Fire Station Number 2. Mayor, doesn't that look like a wonderful facility?
It's such a great asset for our community, and our emergency personnel are so excited because we can now train for so many things within our own community, and we can do it on our schedule. It's very, very important that we have that resource for our emergency personnel, not only fire emergency personnel, but also our public works and our volunteers and our police department. So what a great resource, and we're really excited to have this.
Mayor, and that's correct. And the one thing that I would just say is that this kind of training is essential. When the smoke is there and it's black as night inside a house or a building or other structure, you can't see. If you're going to rely on your training, and it's so important that that we're ready for that, and our guys are ready for that. So this training is critical, and what a great investment in our community and with our public safety department.
Our community is changing, and this will allow us to change with that.
Yep.
The Rowlett Arts and Humanities Commission would like to showcase your creations in the 2020 Young Artist Exhibit. With the goal of recognizing talented young artists and their art teachers, this exhibit opens to artists in kindergarten through 12th grade, public, private, and homeschooled students throughout the Lake Ray Hubbard area. For many kids, this kind of event is an important opportunity to display their artwork. It helps to validate them as developing artists and helps parents and community members to be more aware of visual arts programs in our schools. Artwork will be accepted at the City of Rowlett's Annex Building located at 4004 Main Street during one of the take-in times. Friday, March 20th, 2020 from 3 to 5 p.m. or Saturday, March 21st from 10 a.m. till 12 noon. Artwork will be on display from Monday, March 23rd through Friday, April 24th in the city's Annex Building. Artists will also be recognized at an upcoming City Council meeting. Have questions about submissions and requirements? Please contact the Young Artist Exhibit Committee member, Deborah Crosby, or visit rowlett.com. And coming soon from the Arts and Humanities Commission, an announcement for this year's Rowlett Sings competition. The Arts and Humanities Commission continues to do such great things, and this Young Artists exhibit is really one of their premier events. And it's very exciting because not only do we get the young artists involved and recognized, we get their teachers involved.
Well, and Mayor, as you know, the talent in this group is amazing. Every year we get to see the art, and I'm just amazed at the stuff that we get to see from our young artists.
So we hope you participate.
This month's Spirit of Rowlett Award winner is Ozzie Cutter. This award recognizes Rowlett residents doing extraordinary things for our community. Do you know someone who has made a difference in Rowlett? Nominate them for the Spirit of Rowlett Award at rowlett.com/spirit. Let's watch the interview with this month's winner, Ozzie Cutter.
Hello, I'm Martha Brown, Mayor Pro Tem for the City of Rowlett. I'm here today with Ozzie Cutter, winner of the February Spirit of Rowlett Award. Congratulations, Ozzie.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate this honor.
So, to tell a little bit about you, we know that you came to the library's ESL program in 2015 as a teacher. Today you teach 2 conversational English classes, which at present are attended by 30 students, and you've taught students from 48 different countries. That's just amazing to me that we have that kind of diversity in Rowlett. How long have you lived in Rowlett? I want to know that, but also I want to know a little bit about your background and how you got here.
I'm from Turkey originally, born and raised, and I've been in America. I don't want to tell you how many years, I'll be telling you my age. However, I've been in Rowlett 22 plus years, and I just love this town. What can I say?
So how did you get here, Ozzie? You said that you're from Turkey, so I'm sure you have a story there.
Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I lived in Turkey all my life, and I came to the United States for finishing high school. And actually, on the way back from high school, finishing here, going back to Turkey, I was on the same airplane with my soon-to-be husband, and I didn't know.
My goodness.
And he was in the military, and I met him and married, and we have 2 beautiful children.
So tell us about your ESL classes.
My ESL classes I'm very proud of. We have two times a week right now, and I have 30, at this point, 30 students, and my students are right now from 16 different countries is what I have. And it's really quite interesting because I don't speak any other language. I only speak English and Turkish and a little French.
So it's really interesting because I assumed that you spoke the languages of the people that you were teaching, but that's actually not how you teach them.
Well, I don't approach it that way. I think it's easier for me not to know their language because then they're forced to learn what I'm teaching.
I love that. Well, it seems to work very well. You have some enthusiastic students who are big fans of Ozzie Cutter.
Thank you very much.
Are you friends with your students outside of class?
Oh, absolutely. We have at least once a week luncheons that we go to different countries to learn about their traditions and their foods. Matter of fact, last week we were at the Indian cuisine. We had a lady from Pakistan had a birthday party. So she chose to have it there. That's where we had. But every week we go to different restaurants, and it's a good way to get along and get them to know our city and what all we can do here, and how to live like an American, of course.
I think one of the beautiful things about your students is that you put them all together in a social situation. None of them speak English very well, but they begin to learn how to communicate with each other. So tell us about that a little bit.
Well, that really has been my dream more than anything else. It's been my dream because I came here as an immigrant, as a foreigner, and it was very difficult to get to understand the American way of living and your traditions here. And I always looked for a place where I could go and where someone can guide me along this. And that's the reason why I decided to go into ESL teaching. I really enjoy it. Now that I don't have to work for a living, this is what I really enjoy giving back.
You teach classes 2 days a week.
Yes, I do.
But from what I understand, you spend a lot of your time outside of the classroom with your students.
Yes.
Tell me about some of the things that you do for your students.
Well, some of them never been to a post office. They're too afraid to go because they don't speak well, and they're afraid people would make fun of them if they didn't pronounce it right. So that's one of the things that I try to do with them on the days that we're not working in the classroom in the school. We go to places, we go to restaurants, I teach them how to order food, how to tip, what percentage to tip, what is tipping is about. And also, I encourage them to become citizens, and how wonderful it is to become an American citizen, and all the benefits and all the kindness that you receive by becoming an American citizen. So when they start that procedure, I help them with their paperwork, and sometimes I go to their doctors with them, so I can help them with that. And schools always are big ones. And I teach them how to get along with the students, the teachers in the classrooms. I think everybody should know their child's teacher, and they should introduce themselves, and they should somehow put in some time for the classrooms. So a lot of them learn how to volunteer. Matter of fact, quite a few of them volunteers in the library.
Well, you've definitely found the secret to joy, and that's in giving back. and your students obviously appreciate you. Not only did one of them give her the beautiful dress that she has on today.
Yeah, her daughter lives in England, and she sent my sizes to her daughter, and for Christmas her daughter sent us back to me.
And so they gave you a beautiful watercolor just today.
Oh yeah, today.
With some calligraphy on it that expresses their appreciation for you. It was actually such a beautiful sentiment. So they said, Ozzie, on behalf of our whole class, we wanted you to know how very grateful we are for you and for all you do for us. You have invested in each of us and made us more like a family than just a class. Thank you for giving us your time and attention. You help us not just with our studies, but also with the details of our lives. You could have chosen to do many things with your time, so the Lord bless you for your love and care for us. With love, your 2019-2020 class. And they also gave you...
You're going to make me cry now.
They also gave you your favorite roses.
Yes, yellow flower,
they gave
yellow
you
rose of Texas.
Long stem yellow roses.
Yes, they did.
And so I think it's just wonderful how you have invested in your students, but I can see the joy that is your return and gives you purpose for every day. It's wonderful to be able to invest in other people's lives and see the beautiful fruit that comes from it. Once again, Ozzie, congratulations on winning the February 2020 Spirit of Rowlett Award. Thank you for all that you do for our community.
Thank you very much. I'm honored. Thank you very much.
Do you know someone who makes a difference in Rowlett? Nominate them for the Spirit of Rowlett Award at rowlett.com/spirit.
Every month, we answer your emails on air about city-related topics. It's a segment we call Ask the Mayor. Brian, let's check the inbox for this month's email.
Dear Mayor, the City of Rowlett has too many apartments and a stop to all apartment buildings should be mandated. This will only serve to run down our town and discourage future development that will help our tax base. No more apartments.
Thank you for the question. This is a question that has been asked several times, and I really appreciate the opportunity to answer this in this forum. The Texas population is increasing by over 1,000 people daily. A great majority of that increase is here in the DFW area due to our strong job market. Experts estimate that 49% of new residents moving to our area will move into multifamily housing instead of single-family housing. In fact, DFW is now the third largest multifamily market, only behind New York and Los Angeles. To prepare for that growth in Rowlett, the Realize Rowlett 2020 Comprehensive Plan was adopted in 2011 after a year of citizen input. The plan included identifying opportunity areas and provided a framework for future development over the next 9 years. A key goal was to provide housing that supports various lifestyles and population demographics within the community. At the time, Rowlett was saturated with single-family homes with few options for seniors who wanted to stay in Rowlett but were no longer interested in maintaining a large home or yard, and for our young people who wished to return to Rowlett once they graduated. This emphasis on housing diversity was once again reinforced by citizens when the city crafted and adopted the 2019 Comprehensive Plan update. As a result, in Rowlett, we currently have 3,593 multifamily units complete or under construction. 536 of these units are dedicated to seniors and only 76 are dedicated to workforce living. Another 2,872 units are planned. Our level of multifamily apartments is extremely low. Of 23 surrounding Dallas area cities, Rowlett is the third lowest in the number of multifamily units per capita. Please know that we are very careful in considering development in our community. The Rowlett City Council has not approved one zoning change to multifamily in the last 2 years, although many requests have come before us. With this growth, traffic has become a concern Metroplex-wide. In Rowlett, traffic counts on Highway 66 indicate that approximately 40,000 cars travel the roadway daily, and that as much as 2/3 of these vehicles are driven by non-Rowlett residents passing through our city on their way to work or school and back home again. Apartments in Rowlett are not the reason our traffic has increased. We are so proud that Rowlett is consistently listed as one of the safest cities in Texas, ranking 9th in the most recent update from safehome.org. The luxury multifamily, senior living, workforce housing, or mixed-use developments being built in Rowlett do not have any more impact on crime than comparable single-family developments. The crime rate in Rowlett is impacted and being driven by the substantial and significant growth in the region. Numerous factors, including easy access from I-30 and PGBT, DART light rail, and socioeconomic demographics have a bigger impact on Rowlett's crime rate than the existence and addition of multifamily developments. We have very detailed information regarding multifamily developments in Rowlett on our website. I would encourage everyone to visit rowlett.com/FAQ.
Our next email says, my husband and I have lived in Rowlett for 20 years and love our quiet street and neighborhood. Talking to neighbors, family, and friends, we are concerned about the quality of local businesses. We would like to have high-quality restaurants and retail shops. I hope we are soliciting commercial businesses to build here. Regarding apartments, please do not approve any more requests for apartments at this time. Regarding the new builds, I urge the City Council not to approve any permits for homes under $300,000. I hope you will not take this as a criticism of our city or council. I love Rowlett, and this is just a voice of concerns and suggestions.
Great question, Beverly. There is a real estate adage that states, retail follows rooftops. For decades, Rowlett has seen commercial development explode in surrounding communities while Rowlett's economic potential was untapped. While the market drives the timing of that development, location is everything. No longer will Rowlett be Dallas-Fort Worth's best-kept secret. With the growth of retail on Highway 66, transit-oriented development in downtown, the construction of Sapphire Bay, with its enormous potential as an entertainment venue and restaurant and retail mecca, we truly believe Rowlett will see high-quality specialty retail, restaurants, and commercial projects proliferate in Rowlett. We are fortunate to have seen great growth in quality restaurants in recent years and have many outstanding restaurant choices, such as Oppa Greek Taverna, Valentino's Ristorante Italiano, Bankhead Brewery, Main Street Bistro, Kyoto's Japanese Steakhouse, and so many more. While market conditions are ripe for this growth, Rowlett has other factors that make us very attractive, including a relatively high median household income, booming population, and large tracts of available land. Developers and investors are taking notice of our community. This potential is creating opportunities for the city to target certain types of industries and businesses that complement our land use and economic development strategies in a way that is sustainable, preserves our history, and promotes Rowlett's strong sense of community. I also want to address the comment regarding the price range for single-family homes. The community believes it is important to make Rowlett a community that is attractive to people at all stages of their lives. Our vision, based on considerable public input during our comprehensive plan update last year, is to balance Rowlett's growth with its small-town feel to provide a place with affordable and diverse housing, quality restaurants and retail, and major employers, while caring for its existing neighborhoods and maintaining its roads and infrastructure. We understand the unique opportunity we have in Rowlett. Truly, it's an exciting time to be a Rowlett resident. Thank you so much for the questions. If you have a question you'd like to ask the mayor about any city-related topic, please email askthemayor@rowlett.com.
How would I want to shape the future?
I want to shape the future of better healthcare.
Construction and infrastructure.
I want to shape the future of housing.
I want to shape the future of education.
I want to shape the future of our land.
My community, my state, my country.
It's important that everyone is counted, that every voice is heard.
The 2020 census will affect everyone.
It's the one chance that each of us has to shape our future.
Welcome back. Here are the public meetings in February. City Council meetings will be held on February 4th and 18th, and the Planning and Zoning meetings will be held on February 11th and 25th.
Well, Brian, that wraps it up for this month's show. I'm always amazed at how much we have going on in the city. For the latest news and city information, visit the city's website at rowlett.com, and don't forget to follow us on social media. We'll see you next month on
Spotlight on Rowlett.
What is the 2020 census? Every 10 years, the census records everyone living in this country. It's written in the Constitution and comes in a questionnaire that counts everyone who lives at your address on April 1st. The data can be used to inform funding for services like fire stations, schools, clinics, and representation that affect your community. Shape your future. Start here. Visit 2020census.gov.